What's up, everyone? We are back with some more Plants vs. Zombies Heroes. Gonna do something a little bit different. Gonna start adding some commentary to the videos instead of just doing plain gameplay. So we're up on the Taco League now, and I wanted to switch up my freeze deck a little bit, and it's kind of perfect timing because the new, was it Feastivus event is happening for Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, more of a holiday themed event, so there's a lot of new cards coming. And one of the new cards, the first one released, is Jolly Holly, which is a berry that freezes the zombies to either side. So once you drop it on the board, the lanes to either side of it get frozen. This adds some more freezing capabilities and some more flexibilities to the deck that it really didn't have before. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and try it out and see how it goes. Taco League, rank 41. Fight! Let's see what we get here. Alright, so we got a Jolly Holly, which we really don't need yet. So I'm going to drop the Jolly Holly. There we go. We want a Snowdrop. That'll be good for starting. Hopefully we get some type of freeze for our... there we go. Perfect. Now, what I've realized lately is it really does not benefit you most of the time to do an attack on round one, especially if you're doing a freeze deck, because you're not going to be able to freeze and take advantage of it. Ooh, nice, 2 Snowdrops. I'll say we could wait one more round and get really greedy. Do I do it? Do I do a Snowdrop and a freeze right now? Or do I wait till next round and drop 2 Snowdrops and a freeze? Alright, it's the holidays, we're gonna be greedy. So I'm gonna wait one more round before I do this. So round 3 is usually where I want to drop a Mayflower, which is one of the other newer cards. Came out for Thanksgiving, but I don't have a Mayflower in hand currently. So this is gonna work out just fine. Let's see what else he wants to drop on the board. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put a Snowdrop here, put one in lane 2. I'm gonna freeze Super Bro here. And there's my Mayflower, perfect. So Mayflower is great, especially in a deck that has Banana Source, because it gives you that extra card draw. There we go. Perfect. That worked out perfectly. I like this. He gets a little bit of card draw, but once we have a Mayflower, as long as he doesn't take it out too quick, we should actually be able to get ahead. So my goal this time is probably going to be to drop my Winter Squash. That way any freezes I do going forward are going to be lethal. Which is about your best form of removal on a freeze deck. It really comes in handy if you can keep them on the board later. I do have a Winter Melon in this deck that'll freeze 3 lanes at a time. He usually gets taken out pretty quick, but most of the time he at least gets to get in one good hit. And the Winter Squash with Holly Jolly is, or Jolly Holly, now I'm going to have to look it up and see if it's Jolly Holly or Holly Jolly, is usually a good combo as well. So he doesn't have very many options here. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop my Winter Squash here. And next round, if I need to, if he has anything big I need to remove, I can always drop my Chili Pepper here, which will freeze, which with the Winter Squash on the board is basically an insta-kill. So it's nice, because once you get a board set up like this, now I can freeze anything. Whatever I freeze dies, plus I buff all of my Snowdrops that are on the board. Not bad at all. The only regret I have right now is that I haven't been able to bring my Mayflower out earlier, and I won't be able to bring it out this round either. So we've got pretty good. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Do I want to freeze the one on the left and kill him off? He's going to do more damage. whichever one I freeze, I'm about to get a +2 bump to my damage, which still isn't going to take him out. So yeah, let's kill him off first. So chili pepper, freeze the one on the left, take him out, and we'll have to worry about the one on the right next round. He's not going to be finished off this round yet. Wow. So that was a thing. Alright, game 1 down. Didn't even get to use any of my Jolly Hollies or Holly Jollies or whatever they're called. It's gonna get really confusing. Awesome. Now, just for the heck of it, we're gonna go and see what it's called so that I can actually start calling it the right thing and not, let's see. And is Jolly Holly. Okay. I'll have to remember that. Not that it's a big deal, but I hate getting the names of things wrong. And let's go ahead and refill our bottle here. Now we're trying to get tickets so we can get more of the re-gifting zombies. I've gotten one so far, so pretty close to getting a second one here. So let's jump right into another battle. Again, this is the Brain Freeze deck. Pretty standard deck for freeze deck. I've got 4 snowdrops. I've got my a couple of the frozen pea shooters. I know a lot of people don't think they're very good, but they can at least get me a little bit of a boost in, and when I have a winter squash on deck, they can also go ahead and get me some removal pretty quickly. And this is a very good starting hand. I'm just going to keep that and hope that we get some kind of freeze as our power. There we go, perfect. So that is exactly the way I want to start. So you might notice that I also have 2 sweet potatoes in this deck. And the reason for that is because, especially when you're fighting imps, they tend to get, was it the toxic imp? The one that makes all imps lethal, basically. So in order to be able to combat that, I need to have a sweet potato here. And that makes it so that when they stick that toxic imp over in the water, I can pull it back over onto the land lanes. Alright, so he has a really strong start here. I think what I'm going to do is take out the hot dog here. I don't need any more damage to my hero. And I'm going to take 4 damage this round anyway. I'm going to be down to 12, so we're starting out at a pretty big disadvantage. We'll have to see if we can pick it up. But I do have another snowdrop in hand. I've also got my Mayflower, my winter squash, and a chili pepper. Oh, not bad. Let's drop 5 damage on him. There we go. I don't mind that at all. So now it's a little bit more even in terms of damage taken. Yeah, some people like to save that up to keep that middle lane protected. But in a freeze deck where I've got winter squash and I can get instant lethal a lot of times, or instant board removal, I really don't worry as much about having that middle lane protected. So let's see. I'm going to drop you here. And I am going to drop... Do I drop my other snowdrop in front of the imp and hope that he doesn't take it out with a trick? I think I'm just going to go for face here. Yeah. Might be the wrong move, but I want to get some more damage in on him. Unless he has a 2 damage and he takes out my, Oh, that's still fine. Oh! No, that hurt. And still, we're taking him out, so that's good, but it's losing a snowdrop, which is never fun. Oh, and another snowdrop. Oh, I can actually do a snowdrop plus a freeze here, which is actually nice. So I'm going to put my snowdrop here. Actually, I'm going to go back to the middle, just so I can get more face damage as long as it survives. And I'm going to drop my chili pepper over here. There we go. So that gives us some decent potential. He can bounce anything. Preferably he bounces the chili pepper, then I can bring it back. No. So he wants to mitigate that face damage just a little bit. Alright, give me another buff. Let's see if this gets blocked. There we go. Nice. Alright, so now we're getting ahead. We've got a card advantage and board advantage currently. We've also got health advantage, so we've got a decent lead here. And this is kind of perfect, actually. How do I want to play it, though? We've got Winter Squash. I can do a Winter Squash and a Freeze, but I think I'm going to be a little bit more greedy. I'm going to put my Snowdrop out there. Freeze this guy. And I am actually going to get my Mayflower out here to give me some more card draw capabilities. I'm sorry if I keep looking down. I'm playing on the phone. So, I'm not falling asleep. I know it's like, got that look going, but that's totally not what's happening. There we go. Oh, that gets blocked. I actually like that that got blocked because now my Mayflower can go ahead and get me another card. Oh, and a beautiful card too. So I know what we're doing turn 8. I'm gonna make some popcorn. I don't have any freeze yet, but I do have some tricks up my sleeve. I'm actually going to bring him over here so that I can finish him off with a Snowdrop that's already buffed. And again, that's one of the great reasons to have the Sweet Potato in the deck, is it gives you a bit more control when they start dropping heavy minions on the board. I need to get it over to a lane where I've already got a fully buffed Snowdrop or something that can actually handle it a bit. Well, that's fine. You can go back in your gravestone. I'll take another card. You've got 1 health. Oh, life is good. There we go, another concession. You are free to concede all day to me. It's alright. It's all good. So it's funny. We've won 2 games by having the opponent concede now. And that is without even being able to bring out the Jolly Holly, which is kind of funny. So the deck's already decent in its own right, and I do have a lot of legendaries and more expensive cards in this deck. You don't actually need to have all those. For example, down here at the bottom, you can see I've got, what is it, the Great Zucchini. Oh, yeah, the Great Zucchini. I always forget this guy's name. Well, who is he? Let's go over the deck a little bit here. So we've got the Potted Powerhouse. Not a requirement, I just like having him in any deck where I'm doing a lot of buffing or growing on plants. So due to the fact that the Snowdrops get stronger every time you have some freeze, having a Potted Powerhouse in your hand early can actually become really beneficial because he'll ramp up in strength. Anytime another zombie, anytime another plant increases in strength, attack damage or health, the Potted Powerhouse also gets stronger. So as long as it's in your hand. So the earlier you can get it in your hand in a deck where you're doing a lot of growing of different plants, the better it gets quickly. With Bananasaurus Rex, this also helps because every time you get another card, Bananasaurus Rex health and attack goes up, which also buffs Potted... Can't even talk this morning, which also buffs Potted Powerhouse. So not bad at all. I've got my Brainana, of course. And he is just great to bring out later in the game, especially on a trickster deck like the Professor, when they don't play anything and they've got a ton of brains and they're just going to start unleashing a ton of tricks on you. Popping this guy out there just shuts them down completely a lot of times. And yeah, I might adjust the deck later and add more than one, drop something else out. But having at least one in there can sometimes be the complete difference in the late game. Of course, got the Winter Squash going, the Winter Melon, which freezes the lane in front of it as well as the lanes to either side, which especially when you have a Winter Squash out there, it's basically instant lethal across 3 lanes, or instant board removal across 3 lanes. And then of course the Great Zucchini, I might remove him. It all depends on if you have a lot of games that tend to go late where the zombies are bringing out a lot of different things, especially if they bring out, what is it, like the Zombot 1000 or 2000 or whatever, the one that kills off all the plants. Being able to drop the Great Zucchini on it after that comes out and turning it into a 1-1 is amazing. Anyway, other than that, pretty standard deck. I've got 2 Bananosaurus Rex in here. I've got 4 Jolly Hollies. And those are the new card, and if you haven't seen the Jolly Holly yet, real good stuff. It's also amphibious, which is good. But when you drop it in the board, I tend to like dropping it toward the middle lane so that it can freeze the lanes to either side of it. Alright. Other than that, pretty standard freeze deck. Nothing crazy in here. I originally was running more Black-Eyed Peas, but I realized I need a way to kind of block or pull zombies over, so that's when I went ahead and added the sweet potatoes to it. Anyway, let's jump back into another game and see if we can go 3 for 3 here. Gotta rock out a little. Oh yeah. It's my jam. Listen to this when I go to bed at night. It gets you psyched up. You're ready for game first thing in the morning. No, not really. Alright, what do we got here? Get rid of the Great Zucchini. I don't need a 9-cost card on turn 1. Black-Eyed Pea and Chili Pepper are good. I don't really think I need you that early. Now do I try to get a Snowdrop? Another Chili Pepper. There we go. Perfect. Let's swap all the cards and end up with what we want. So this is a really good start. I've got turn 2, 3, and 4 all lined up here. And we even got another freeze. So it's 3 games in a row where I've gotten the, what is this one called? The Big Chill as my starting card, which isn't bad. So we're going to go ahead and pass just like last time. And I found unless you have something to block with, going on turn 1 almost never works out well as a plant. Let's see. So put my Snowdrop down, use my Big Chill, that way at least I get a card out of it as well. So really good value there. Oh, we got 2 Bananosaurus Rexes in hand. That's a deadly combination later in the game. It's alright. That's the other nice thing is, with the arm wrestlers, every time you drop a plant in front of them, they get stronger. But if you have a plant in a different lane, and you put down a sweet potato and you pull the arm wrestler over, the arm wrestler doesn't get that buff. So it keeps them at whatever their current health and attack are, which gives you a nice advantage a lot of times. Now I've got nothing in front of me. Thanks a lot. And I really need to get rid of that guy. Alright. We're each going to take 5 damage this round. But next round, those 2 are going to get stronger, so I really need to get my winter squash out here. Oh, nice. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Give me just a second. So what we're going to do on this round, he is immune on all lanes currently, so we can't actually hurt him anywhere. So we're going to lose him. He's going to get hurt. I'm going to drop my winter squash out here. No, actually I'm going to drop a Bananosaurus right in the middle. That way I can get some face damage in there. Alright. Block that one. Heal for 6. Let's get that out of the way early. I always like when they get the heal as their first superpower, because it gets it out of the game fairly quickly. They almost never hold on to it. Alright. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to drop my winter squash and also do a freeze. So we'll take out the arm wrestler because he's the one putting out most of the damage currently. There we go. When revealed, a plant gets -2. Who's he going to give the -2 to? It doesn't really matter. Whoever he gives it to, he's still dead. We won't have a complete board wipe at this point, but we'll at least get rid of the coach. Oh, he took out Bananasaurus. Hi, buddy. What's up? Okay. Be right there. All right. So what do we do here? I've got 2 3s I could drop on the board. Except I don't want my snowdrop to get taken out. Ah, that's hard. I can do a bonus attack on my snowdrop, but then I'm still gonna take 6 damage, which I can't actually take right now. So I think best thing for me to do, drop you, then I'll put down my Mayflower, which should buff him and give him enough to take out that chicken. Alright, let's see what happens. Not the best move, but it's the only one I've got right now. Alright, we are way behind here. Here, come here, say hi. Goober. Alright. I got 7. I can pull out. Yeah. He's got. Yeah, that's gonna have to do it. It'll freeze them. I'll take 2 damage, but I'll still live to the next round. This is getting close. I actually don't want to blow any of them away. Alright, so this is kind of perfect. This is kind of perfect here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to have him do a bonus attack. Yeah. Let's see if this works. Bonus attack. There we go. Goober. Silly guy. Alright. Oh. No. I can't take that 3 damage. I need to... I'd love to drop Bananasaurus Rex, but Bananasaurus Rex is going to die to that. So I'm just going to blow him away. Ah, which may not be good. If I blow him away, he can come back next round and heal him all over again. Alright, so he's going to get frozen. Actually, he's going to get to move me. If he moves me over to lane 1... Ah! And I just lost. No! Take that. Even block that. Oh. How did that not kill me? I swore I only had 1 health left. I'm very confused right now. Stop. Silly goose. Alright. Oh, much better. So that helps. So let's... How do we want to do this? I can pull out the Great Zucchini, but that's just going to turn 1 guy into a 1/1. What I can do, though... Pull this out. Freeze them. At least freeze one of them. And then put Bananasaurus down here. Alright. Oh no, no, and I died. Now I'm dead. So if he does 5 damage and I only have 1 health and I survive this one, something's definitely wrong. There we go. Alright, 2 wins, 1 loss. Not bad. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. So that's my little guy Dean, DC Shmoodle from the Buddies Gaming channel. And that's his arm. Apparently that's a thing. Anyway, I'll be back with some more videos, so feel free to like, subscribe, dance, do whatever. You know. Alright. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I'll see you next time.